your fiancé sitting next to you tonight. I do hope you'll be watching something you can enjoy. What's the name of it?
Murder Will Out. Oh dear. When the curtains open, the first thing you'll see will be a dead body. There's a body in the window seat.
Oh, well, we never dreamed you'd peek.
But what's he doing in there?
He died.
Aunt Tabby. Men don't just crawl onto window seats and die.
No, he died first.
Oh, good heavens, I can't turn you into the police. But what am I going to do?
About?
There's a body in there!
Oh, yes, that's Mr. Hoskins. He's a Methodist.
You're going to bury him in the cellar.
Oh, yes, that's what we did with the others. Yeah.
You can't bury Mr. Hoskins! Others?
Oh, why?
Like, when you say others, well, you mean more than one. What do you mean by others?
Well, of course. Why, this makes 11, doesn't it, Abby?
No, this makes 12.
Oh, well, you really shouldn't count the first
Oh, well, I was counting the first one, and I thought, right as Mr. Hoskins came in here, that this made just an even dozen.
Well, you see here, for 1 gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoon of cyanide, half a teaspoon of arsenic, and just a pinch of strychnine.
I should have cried a kick.
Oh, yes, one of our gentlemen found enough time to say, how delicious.
No, I'm not drinking, but I'm going to start.
Do you have your own elderberry bushes?
Oh, no, but the cemetery is full of them.
Do you serve the meals?
We might just see how you like our wine.
We're not that! Ah! No! No, no, no! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
Well, now we've spoiled everything.
You shouldn't have told Moira.
Darlings, what can I do to make you understand? You can't do things like that. Well, nobody would understand. Well, he wouldn't understand. Well, what I mean to say is this is turning into a very bad habit.
Moira, we don't stop you from doing the things you want to do, so I don't see why you should try to stop Martha and I.
Yes.
Who are you?
What are you doing here?
Why, Aunt Abby? Aunt Martha. It's Jonathan.
Not our nephew, Jonathan.
But I am Jonathan. And this is Dr. Einstein.
And he's not Dr. Einstein either.
No, not Dr. Albert Einstein, but Dr. Herman Einstein.
Who are you? You're not our nephew, Jonathan, so don't pretend to be.
Aunt Martha. Still the high collar to hide the scar of grandfather's ass in front of you. Oh, and Aunt Abby. Still wearing the ring that Grandma Brewster bought him in England.
His voice is like Jonathan.
In an accident?
No. My face. Dr. Einstein is responsible for that. He changes people's faces. He's a plastic surgeon.
But I've seen that face before. Abby, do you remember when we took the little Schultz boy to the movies? It was that face.
Easy, Johnny. Don't worry, ladies. The last 5 years, I give Johnny 3 new faces. I give him another one right today. This last one. I saw that picture too, and I was intoxicated.
You see, Doctor? You see what you've done to me? Even my own family doesn't.
You're home in this lovely house. How often he tells me in Brooklyn about this house, about the ants that you love so much. No, Johnny, where do we go from here? We got to think fast. The police have got pictures of that face.
Dr. Einstein and I need a place to stay. You remember this afternoon that as a boy I could be disagreeable. It wouldn't be very pleasant for any of us.
Perhaps we better let him stay.
Well, just for tonight.
That's settled. Now, if you'll get my room immediately.
Oh, he only needs airing out.
We keep it ready to show our lodgers.
Miss Abby, Miss Martha, Miss Abby, Miss Martha, Miss Abby, Miss Martha. Who is that? Is that you, Teddy?
You chose a rather untimely moment for a social call.
I think you better explain what you're doing here.
We happen to live here.
You don't live here. I'm in this house every day, and I've never seen you before.
Perhaps we better introduce ourselves. This is Dr. Einstein, a surgeon of some distinction.
Dr. Einstein.
and something of a magician.
And I suppose you're going to tell me your horoscope.
I'm Jonathan Brewster.
Oh, you're Jonathan.
As you've heard of me.
Yes, just this afternoon for the first time.
And what did they say of me?
Only that there's another brother named Jonathan, that's all. Well, that explains everything. I'll be running along home. If you'll kindly unlock the door.
That explains everything. Just what does that mean? Why are you breaking into the house this time of night?
I came over to see Miss Abby and Miss Martha. I thought I saw someone outside the house.
You saw someone outside the house.
Yes, wasn't that you? Isn't that your car?
You saw someone at the car.
Yes.
What else did you see?
Just that. That's it. That's why I came over to see Miss Abby and Miss
What
Martha.
else did you see?
That's all. But if that's you and that was your car, that explains everything. I'll just be running along home.
What did you see the man in the car doing?
Nothing. You see, it was dark and I was on my way over here.
I think you're lying.
I think she tells the truth.
I think she's lying. Breaking into the house this time of night, I think she's dangerous. I don't think she should be let around loose.
Let go of me.
Doctor!
It's going to be a private funeral.
Teddy, tell these men who I am.
It's my daughter Alice.
Doctor! Your handkerchief!
No, Teddy! No! Ah!
What's going on?
We caught a sneak thief, a burglar. Go back to your room.
We'll call the police.
We've already called the police. We'll handle this. Go back to your room.
Moira!
Moira, where have you been? To the North Theater, and I should have known better. My God, I'm still there.
This is your brother Jonathan here, and this is Dr. Einstein.
I know this isn't a nightmare, but what is it?
I've come back home, Moira.
Who did you say this was?
It's your brother Jonathan. He's had his face changed. Dr. Einstein performed the operation.
Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan, you always were a whore, but you have to look like one.
Easy, Johnny, easy.
Have you forgotten what I used to do to you when you were young, Moira? Remember the time you were tied to the bedpost? Needles under your fingernails?
Yes, I remember. I remember you as the most detestable, vicious, venomous form of animal life I ever knew.
And now don't you two start fighting the minute you see each other.
There won't be any fighting, Abby. Jonathan, you're not welcome here. Get out.
The doctor and I have been invited to stay.
I'm not in this house.
For tonight.
I don't want him anywhere near me.
But we've already invited them. It wouldn't be very nice to go back on our word.
All right, tonight. But first thing in the morning, out. Where are they staying?
Oh, in Jonathan's old room.
That's my old room. I'm staying in that room. I'm here to stay.
Oh, we're so glad. Johnny, we sleep down here.
You bet your life you sleep down here.
If you sleep on the sofa and I sleep on the window seat.
The window seat. Oh, there's no sense in arguing about it. I'll sleep on the window seat. The window seat's good enough for me for tonight. I'll sleep here.
Listen, Johnny's in a bad mood. When he gets like this, he's a madman.
Jonathan doesn't worry me now.
Don't those plays you see teach you anything?
About what?
At least people in plays act like they got some sense. That's more than you do.
Oh, you think people in plays act like they got sense, do you? I wish you had to sit through some of the things I had to sit through. Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. There's a fellow in there. He's supposed to be bright. He's in a house full of murderers. He ought to know he's in danger. He's even been warned to get out of the house. Does he listen? No. Does that sound like somebody who has sense to you?
You're asking me?
He ought to be frightened. He ought to have the sense to be. He ought to be on guard. But no, he just sits there. The murderer even invites him to sit down.
You mean, won't you sit down?
Oh, that was in there too.
What did he do?
He sat down. I can't believe it. This fellow who's supposed to be frightened, just sitting there waiting to be trussed up and gagged. And do you know what they used to tie him up with?
But,
The curtain cord.
hell, why not? Good idea. Very convenient.
A little too convenient. And they say the critics are killing the theater, the playwrights are killing the theater, when they can start using some imagination. This fellow who's supposed to be bright, just sitting there waiting to be trussed up and gagged. How? How?
You're right about that fella. He wasn't very bright.
Yes, Moira. I realize now it was you who brought me back to Brooklyn. Doctor, to my dear, Dad, sister. Damn the idiot! He goes next after that's it. He goes next.
Teddy, no, Teddy, that is where I stop.
We get to Teddy later. Now we've got to work fast.